I am Mandy Brower.
And I am Rick Brower.
Is that there's the language barrier, especially when you're working on international adoption. There's the language barrier and the cultural barrier, and those are probably the biggest challenges that we faced. You know, it was 10 years ago where we went through the adoption process, and so things were a little bit different than what they are today. But the process of, you know, we had to learn a lot of patience because we worked on our end, got everything in, and then you sit and wait and wait and wait, and then they have to translate the documents, and there's more to it than just submitting your things. There's a lot that you wait for on the other governments on the other side, and that was probably one of the biggest challenges, which create emotional challenges. We had some questions along the way, especially with the immigration part and what we needed to deal with, and we had called the office, and they were very helpful as far as directing us what we needed to do, and there was a couple contradictions on some of the forms that we needed. And then after we were home, we had to apply for Jacob's U.S. passport because we were going to be leaving to go on vacation out of the country, and the U.S. government lost all of his paperwork. So we again called the office, and they were very helpful. We ended up going down to Chicago and getting everything taken care of, but Huizenga's office was very helpful during that process and just directed us on who to talk to, when to call, that kind of thing. We had some friends that had adopted before, and so there was a process, you know, in talking with them, they directed us towards a couple different agencies. We evaluated agencies and then decided which one we were going to work with. There's a lot of things I know that Bill Huizenga has been fighting for in Congress and really trying to make adoption easier and more friendly for families to go through. It's quite a process, and there's a lot of things that you have to deal with the intercultural and the different languages and things like that, but Bill's really fought for adoption across the board and all the different votes that have come up, and that has been really great for us. You know, adoption has been great to add to our family. Fun story is we adopted Jacob and then got home, found out we were pregnant with Ethan, so kind of a surprise. But you know, adoption gets very expensive, and I know he's fought for ways to reduce the cost of adoption and to make it more affordable for more people to grow their family.
I thought it was very helpful in order to be able to call there and know that they're going to care and actually help you out with everything that you needed. You don't know what to think of at first. Are they going to help? Are they not? Are they just going to push you aside? But they were extremely helpful right off the bat with the first phone call.
So it was comforting to know that Huizenga's office was going through this process with us, because it's just another piece of legislation on the desk. It's numbers to Congress. It's not that emotional tie. And with Bill's office, it was that emotional tie, and it was that connection of bringing another child home. So we talk about some of the challenges with adoption and things that are going on right now, and I've got friends that are adopting, and on social media you can see what's going on and see the insight, but the adoption tax credit was on the chopping block there for a while, and Bill Huizenga's office really fought for that. The adoption tax credit is what helps our family be able to adopt and other families in West Michigan. If it weren't for Bill Huizenga, that adoption tax credit would be no longer in the tax reform.
I just can't believe that my parents picked me, and I can't thank them enough, because if it weren't for them, I'd probably be still living in that orphanage. And my parents are the greatest, and my two brothers are the best ever, and I just can't thank my family enough.
We're so thankful to have Bill Huizenga fighting for our family and our West Michigan values.